is iOS 26 and this is WatchOS 26. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at all the new features with iOS 26 and WatchOS 26. And my thoughts, opinions, and are they actually good and what do they look like in real life? Like that workout buddy thing that we're going to talk about later. Anyways, let's dive in. I found over 10 major new features with iOS 26. And the first one is the all-new Liquid Glass redesign. As you can see just from this lock screen, a lot has changed. Let's get started. Alright, so probably the biggest thing about iOS 26 is this all new liquid glass design. As you go throughout the whole OS and use it, you will just discover really amazingness of this liquid glass design. From menus to websites, it definitely looks amazing. And while this liquid glass design will definitely be hated by some people and some people say it's impractical, I'm glad Apple's really doing something a little bit different at least, and I do have to admit I like it. Just all of the new animations and everything throughout using the OS is just absolutely beautiful. Look at these new menu bars found all throughout the OS. You can even do this and you can just see the little liquid glass jiggle around. Honestly, oh my goodness, like how can you go wrong with this? I mean, look at this volume slider. Look how it like morphs around. And this new design is applied all throughout the OS. So even though I'm not going to have time to show you every single app on this phone to show you what it looks like, just know that basically everything's been redesigned, including this new camera app. So you'll notice right away that quite a annoyingly not good bit has changed. First of all, at the bottom we have simplified buttons for just photo and video. And if you click on one, it kind of reveals something, so you like have to do this weird sliding motion. Honestly, while I like that it hides clutter, I feel that they didn't do a good job and it just doesn't feel good. Also, why aren't the camera buttons transparent? I don't like the new animation and I wish it would go back to the way it was. They also moved any sort of button from down here all the way up here, which means if you're trying to take a photo, you have to stretch your thumb to the top of the screen to try to click on whatever setting you want to do. I have to say, a lot of the improvements in iOS 26 make the use of the device a lot easier. Camera app is in reverse. Like, to access the exposure, you have to like go all the way up here. Now, there is this new liquid glass menu that I find cool, but again, all the way up there. Now, I did discover if you click on that, it will actually bring up the menu, but most people aren't gonna know that. I mean, I didn't even know that until I accidentally stumbled upon it a few days ago. Now, talking about customization, you'll also notice that we have clear icons now. So I can actually go to edit and customize, and we have a lot of new options. You'll see the liquid glass. So we have default. Even the default apps have been redesigned. You can see they have a lot more depth to them, but if we go back to customize, we have dark mode, but now we have clear, and we have dark clear and light clear and tinted, but we also have light mode clear. It used to be only dark mode, but now we have light mode clear, so you can tint your icons in light mode of whatever color you want, and overall this is really cool. Heading over to the lock screen, we have new customization options. You can resize the text, so you can make it super wide or super skinny like this, and you can still adjust adjust the weight. You can adjust how glassy it is, or you can make it solid. Now, sadly, all the old fonts do not have this like adjustment feature, but maybe they'll fix that in the future. Widgets are also now positioned down here, which I like because it's easier to reach. And there's also new iOS 26 wallpapers. So we have the new one wallpaper, but it has several variants. So we have dynamic, which dynamically shifts it throughout the day, but we have shadow, sky, halo, and dusk. And there also is a dark mode of all of these wallpapers. I do wish there was more, but it is nice that we have some cool new wallpapers. You'll also notice that the control center is all liquid glassy, and you'll notice these new bouncy animations. Overall, all of the new animations look beautiful. Next up, let's talk about Apple Intelligence. I know, the joke in the house, the elephant in the room, but trust me, there are actually some really cool, really useful, and get this, available features regarding Apple Intelligence in iOS 26. First of all, have you ever gotten jealous of all your Android friends who have Circle to Search and Wiz, and they were bragging to you about it and you were upset at them? Well, now you can do that too with the all-new Visual Intelligence. Let's say I see this post here talking about this Nintendo Direct tomorrow, which I'm so excited for, but I don't want to have to look at all this information to add it to my calendar. All I do is open the Apple Intelligence menu by taking a screenshot, and you can see that Apple Intelligence has identified what's on my screen, and it's already made a suggestion to add it to my calendar. Click on Add to Calendar, and it will create the event for me with the proper times. One thing you'll also notice is that it is at 9 a.m. EST. Well, that's not my time zone, and Apple Intelligence knows that, and as you can see, it transferred it to the proper time zone. Now, I can simply just click Create Event, and it gets added to my calendar. Or if I wanted to find this image of Mario, I can just circle Mario, and it will find similar images, and in fact, right there is the same exact image. Or what about here? There's this new ESR case that 9 to 5 Mac is showing off, and I want to know where I can buy it. So I can activate Apple Intelligence, and I can just circle this whole entire thing, and then it is going to find it, and look right there. It brings me right to the ESR website where I can buy this new case in the exact same color. So that is the all-new Visual Intelligence, and so far it works amazing, and I'm really glad Apple finally implemented something like this. But there's even more new Apple Intelligence features like live translation. This is applied to messages, FaceTime, and phone. So if you're texting someone, you could text in English and the other person might have their language set to Spanish, and it will show your text in Spanish to them and their text in Spanish and English for you. It is really cool, and you'll see like these little things of what language it was sent in and then converted to your language. Now, I can't demo this because since I am running the RC beta to get this video out on time, and also because no one else I know runs iOS 26, and also because no one else I know speaks a different language, I cannot demo this, but I am showing pictures up on the screen. And like I said, this is also applied through phone and FaceTime. So when you're in a phone, there's a new UI with text bubbles of what each other is saying in a language, and there is the same with FaceTime. Overall, a really helpful and nice improvement there. Talking more about Apple Intelligence, if you're one of the mentally challenged people who actually like Playground, that's been improved. So here I am in Image Playground, and the newest update is that under Styles, there is now ChatGPT. What this means is that it is going to chat into ChatGPT to generate the image. So let me say an adventure. So it is going to input all of this into ChatGPT and then use ChatGPT to create the image. Now it will take longer since it is having to go to the cloud to do this, but you are going to get way higher quality results than you would get if you just used the Apple Intelligence. Ah, yes, ChatGPT, just what I wanted. I'm gonna frame it on my wall now. There's also new updates to Genmoji, like being able to generate them in Playground, but there's a whole new one called Mixmoji. Basically here you'll see suggestions, and basically you can pick any of the hundreds of emojis like this one and crying one, and as the name implies, mix. It's going to mix them together and combine it. And oh my word. What in the, oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's not talk about that anymore. Now, let's talk about some updates to what the phone was made for. Making phone calls and now texting. And starting off, there's an all-new redesigned phone app with liquid glass. But beyond that, there's an all-new call screening and hold assist. So I can screen calls as it just prompt me, and actually, since I've been beta testing for a few weeks now, I've actually experienced this. So right here, I have an unknown call, and you can see the new liquid glass UI, and this did not actually ring my phone. I heard a little beep, and that was the phone screening the call. There was no answer or reply, but that is a nice feature. Now, I have had some actual scam calls from people saying they were Xfinity trying to get me to cancel my non-existent subscription, and some random Chinese guy saying I can cancel my request, which he never said what request, but apparently I could cancel it, and it screened those calls, and I might say I'm very happy. Now, I haven't tested hold assist because I haven't been on hold with anyone, but I'm sure it's really good. Now, let's move on to messages. So, messages got a whole new upgrade with, first of all, a whole new redesign. But you can probably already see it. There is now wallpapers. That's right. Now in messages, you can change the wallpaper. They have several cool ones like this sky one we could select. You could use mentally challenged mode. You could use a photo, like let's say I use, this one of a cave I went to and I click on add it. And as you can see now, all of my text are with this background. I must say it looks really cool with the liquid glassness, and I really love this. There's also a new feature where you can add polls. So let's say you have a group chat and you're trying to decide about something. So let's say you're trying to debate which new iPhone is better. So we can be like iPhone 17, iPhone 17 Pro, or the new, there's for some reason like a glitch there where it thinks there's like that, and I can send it, and now you can see there's a poll, and basically what happens is the people will click on whatever option they want here, and since no one else has it basically how it would work is whichever one is the tallest would win. So iPhone 17 Pro is winning. Overall, a really good feature. Apple also did update RCS messaging, and it's now end-to-end encrypted, which is always nice. Now, Apple knew all this new stuff running in the background would eat your battery, and that's why there is an all-new adaptive battery mode. So when we go here and you can see battery mode, and there is an all new adaptive power mode. Basically, your iPhone will analyze your usage and it will make tweaks live to preserve your battery life. You'll also get a notification saying it's working. I've gotten several of these notifications. I'm not sure if it's doing anything, but I think it is. The battery's been good on the later betas. There's also a few other minor new things like preferred places in Apple Maps, upgraded CarPlay with live activities and tap back, audio mix, and music translation, which basically means the audio will fade in and out on a playlist, transitioning to different musics, and music translations. But there is also animated album art on the lock screen. Now, I do not have Apple Music subscription. I use YouTube Music unless I get something free, but I have tested it on my iPad back when I had Apple Music, and it was really cool. And last but not least, spatial photos is now viewable on iPhone. Technically, it really reprocesses it, but what's even more so, you could take a photo from 2016 and view it in spatialness on your iPhone. For instance, here's a photo of my dog from earlier this year, and I can click on spatial and you can see it analyzes it, and now as I move it appears to be 3D. Now, keep in mind this effect does kind of look weird when you're viewing it through a camera, but even now you can see the 3D effect, and it is a really cool effect. Is it practical? No, but it is cool. You can even use spatial photos for your wallpaper, and your wallpaper will be 3D. Cool, but again, not practical. Also, I can't imagine the battery drain with all this stuff going on. So that's iOS 26. But what about WatchOS 26? Let's get started. So first of all, you're greeted with this new liquid glass design and the new watch faces. I am actually using the all new wallpaper from the new Apple Watch Series 11. They are all available on older Apple Watches. So this is the Flow, and definitely one of my favorite new wallpapers. You'll see the liquid glass and the liquid in the background moves. If I turn it off and turn it back on, it has kind of like a bouncing animation. Overall, it is a really cool thing. And as you can see, liquid glass is applied all throughout the new WatchOS here. In my widgets, if I go to my notifications, control center, you can see it's all applied throughout the watch. And if I go home, you'll see that for the most part, all of the app icons have been redone. Also, Notes app comes to the Apple Watch. Might be a bit hard to take a note, but I can see this being helpful, just trying to write something down real quickly. Part of the new design includes new Messages app. You can even see that live translation makes its way to the Apple Watch version, and you can see how it is translating some tests I did here, and we have the background. Overall, really cool. And there's also some new updates for sleep. So if we go into the new sleep app, you can see that there is now sleep score. So you can see I was doing really good last night. I got me an excellent 92 sleep score. We can scroll down and we can see my stages, amount. You can see the chart, and yes, you now get a sleep score. You can look here and it will show you your points and everything. Now you're probably thinking, do you have the Apple Watch Series 11 even though it's not even out yet? No. Apple secretly gave this feature to the Apple Watch Series 10. I'm not sure if it's available on the 9 or any older watches, but I know it is available on the 10, and that is really nice that it is available on the 10. You can also see this in the phone app and get a whole overview, and I really like the new look of the whole overview you get. Another new thing is hints. You might see this little camera icon, and that is because I'm recording on my iPhone and there is now hints on the lock screen. So we just tap that and you can see it knows I'm using the camera on my iPhone, so I can simply click on the recommendation it gives me and control my camera. And as you can see, you are now seeing yourself as I am recording this video here. So overall, the hint system is really cool. That's really the only thing I've seen it gone off for, but that is also really cool. And before we get to the big new feature, there is also a new gesture, which is to flick to dismiss. So I could use double tap to open my widgets, and when I'm done, I just flick and it dismisses. Or I could be in the calendar and flick to go to the home screen and flick again to get back to the lock screen. Why is my dad calling me? Well, all I have to do is flick my wrist 2 times and hang up on him. The day is saved. Alright, the biggest feature of WatchOS 26 is Workout Buddy. So you'll notice an all new design in the Workout app that I gotta admit looks epic. But there is now Workout Buddy, which is an Apple Intelligence coach trainer which coaches you through your workout. To learn more about that, let's go outside and take a little walk. Hey Siri, start an outdoor walk. Okay, so I am doing workout. Now, I think because I'm recording, it's not doing the Workout Buddy. But you can see that little icon, it's going to tell you your stats. So I'm just going to show a little demo.
Great job starting your run. This is your second run this week. You're crushing it.
So from what I've discovered, Workout Buddy can be very finicky. Sometimes it just doesn't work, and it's like you have to start the workout in a proper way. I do need to read up more on this to properly use it, but I think if I properly use it, etc., it would be good. Anyways, y'all, thanks for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out a small channel like me, especially when I'm having to put a lot of effort into these videos. I will see y'all in the next one.